Good Tuesday to all y'all out there in YouTube land. It is time for the Jerry Hinkle Program. Believe it or not, I am Jerry Hinkle. This is my program. And that's right, I was not with you Monday. And I hope that if you did, and if anybody did miss me, they didn't complain. So, anyhow, enough of that. It is the Lenten season. Looking, well, more about Lenten season later. Looking outside the Dave Dedrick window of the Ashley Kringen studio here at the UBS Network, I can see that the sun is shining. The wind is blowing at a pretty fair clip out there. But the snow is gone. It was snowing like the son of a gun last night. It snowed so much it didn't even get to the Ramada for which I don't always, but I was planning on it. I didn't, but it was just snowing so bad I decided I'm going to go home and since I can watch Wonder Woman on DVD, and well, that's another thing altogether. I have noticed an interesting pattern on that Wonder Woman show. That's Steve Trevor for being part of Army intelligence. He's not too bright. He's always getting in some kind of jam, and Wonder Woman got to get him out that son of a gun, you know? I don't know how that, well, that's the way it goes. Anyhow, it's good. We all need a Wonder Woman in our life. Certainly, Major Steve Trevor did. Of course, I was watching the first season. Maybe Major Trevor gets smarter in the other 3 seasons. We couldn't get any dumber, but that's anyhow. It is Lenten season. It's warming up, by the way. Did I mention that? Well, it is, because look, short sleeve shirt. So that's the fashion statement that we're making this week, because it was 71 degrees on Sunday, so it is warming up. Pretty soon we're going to have more 70-degree days, and maybe even an 80-degree day or two by the time summer gets here. But that's it is the Lenten season, and a lot of folks, a couple folks, every time I go on the Facebook or something like that, and I express, wondering what I'm going to give up this year. One of the suggestions is that I give up Facebook or YouTube or something like that. Or spending any time online. Well, I decide against that, because even and these. So for some people that might be an option. For me, I have, Lent, the things you give up for Lent they should be things that hinder you from worshiping Jesus. And I can worship Jesus online. Because when someone asks for prayer on Facebook and I'm not there to pray for them, that's not a very good way of worshiping Jesus, is it? No, it is not. And so that's why I do that, because that's Facebook can be a waste of time if you use it that way. But if you're constructive, if someone needs prayer, you got that. You got them covered like Allstate. So anyhow, instead of giving something up, this year I'm taking something up. And of course, it's something I haven't really done before, but I figure there's about 40-some chapters in the book of Job, and 40 days Lent, I'll read a chapter of Job every day. And poor Job, he is the prime example of what people, and they say, why bad things happen to good people? Well, they always bring out Job as an example of that, because that poor fella, he had all those kids dead. All of them, their sheep and camel, oxen, dead. Everything gone. The only thing he had, were his 4 servants, and they were probably dying. He had his wife, and she told him to curse God and die. And, well, of course, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But, of course, I know how it's going to end up, but it does kind of end on a high note there. So if you haven't, you can catch up. It's because Lent, they exclude Sunday. I'm going to read a chapter on Sunday, and I'm going to read a chapter on the occasional Sunday, just to make sure that I do keep up with 40 days, so that I'm done by Easter or a little before. But no, and if any of you are out there looking for, if you don't mind, if you can't, if there's nothing, because like me, I can't give up smoking. I don't smoke. Can't give up drinking beer. I don't drink beer, or whiskey or anything like. Heck, I don't even drink chocolate milk anymore. And well, the only realistic thing that one could say that hinders me from fully worshiping God is my job, and I'm not quite ready to give that up, because there are certain things, the resources that my job provides in the form of financial stability does help me to worship God in that sort, So it's anyhow. So that's my situation. What your situation calls for, I don't know. And of course, if y'all need prayer, comments, if you don't, there are ways of reaching me that aren't so public, so if you can send me a private message, and I'll sure, because I like praying for other folks, and of course, if y'all are so inclined, please pray for me, because there are certain areas in my life that I could use it too, and I just told you some of the things, and so, other than that, we've Downtown Thursdays. I just heard on the radio this morning. They're going to be doing that, except here in Mitchell, they instead of every Thursday in May, June, July, and August, and this is on to the first Sunday in September. They're going to do it once a month. So the first Sunday, or the first Thursday of May, June, July, August, and September, they're going to do that. And it's going to be a bigger thing. They're going to get some food vendors, more food vendors, I guess. And I don't know how it's going to work, but it's going to work. Because that Mitchell Main Street and beyond, they do like to promote the downtown area, and they'll find a way to make it work. And I hope that the Methodist Church can be part of that, because I enjoyed the Sunday that they had the First United Methodist Church praise band out there and doing the thing that they do every Sunday. And I guess that's pretty much all I have to say about that. So until next time, this is the Jerry Hinkle Program. God be with you. Do the best you can. And hey, get out of my bathroom. You're invading my privacy.